you walk away from me. I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shit.
Hello everyone, welcome to Lift. Now, I know that we have some trepidation about the format of this class not happening on a rebounder. I want to encourage us all to know that it is going to be okay for multiple reasons. Firstly, I have my chair, it's brand new. How can you tell? It's very white. It will probably not stay that way forever, but you know, it's the beauty of new things. So we have the chair, we have options for weights. I want you to have something light and something challenging. So that might be, light might be your body weight, challenging might be a weight, a soup can, even a pillow, whatever you have today. It's about starting to engage into more resistance work. Why? If you saw a recent New York Times article, it was very interesting. They were talking about your 100-year-old decathlon, and what that means is the 10 movements or exercises, as the case may be, that you want to do when you hit 100. Now, my grandmother lived till 103, so I've seen the possibilities, even without like a heavy resistance training program. But what we're going to do today is start challenging our muscles, challenging our minds a bit, challenging ourselves to integrate more resistance training into our work in a way that is approachable. If you came here for high intensity interval training or like super heavy Olympic lifting, this is not the class for you, but it might actually fill in some gaps for you. This class is for those who need a little extra encouragement, maybe a little love along the way, all of the good things that you know you get here. So let's just check in quickly with Mr. Flashy Flash over here. Yeah, he's holding a stuffy that he should not be holding, and he is also featuring our plant of the week, which is the snake plant. Again, non-toxic, super easy, does not require a lot of water, dramatic as all get out. It's an amazing, amazing addition to anyone's home. I'm a plant lover. The plants are really like giving us all life. Here I am. And now I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna be with you so I can see your comments. So let me know, let me know where you are, let me know where you're coming in from, and we're just about to get ready to start. If I can find it. Here we go. Here we go. Hi, Tracy. Oh, beautiful. All right, I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to see all of you. I've got the live chat up. So far, things are working out. So we're gonna begin with a warm-up. I'd like you to, without weights, stand at the edge of your mat, be hip-width distance apart, and before we even take any movements whatsoever, I'm gonna get our little timer on, I want you to think about your focus for today. That might just be making it through the 35 minutes. It might be to encourage yourself from inside. It might be to stay focused and not be distracted. What is your movement focus for this session, okay? Let's think about that. Let's take a deep breath in. Reach your arms up overhead as high as you can. Lift up out of your waist and then press them down by your sides, feeling your neck grow longer on either side. Let's do it again. Big breath in. Excellent. And then press all the way down. Bring your hands to your hips. Let's do a little hinge here. So fold at your hips, bringing your body forward to or towards a 90-degree angle, and then come all the way up. We're going to do that slow a couple times, lengthening the backs of our legs, lifting our sits bones up so we get a nice open stretch in the back of your hamstrings. We're engaging our hip flexors, almost like you're going to break a little pencil in the fold of your hip. And then stand up nice and tall and proud. And again, reach forward. Now for anybody who needs to stay with the flat back, you're gonna stay with the flat back. And or if you're ready, if you can round your back forward, we're going to take the back all the way over, reaching your hands to the ground, bending your knees as much or as little as you need to. When you get down to the bottom, bend them a little bit more, stretch them a little bit more. Do that again, bend them and stretch them, feels so good. And then bend your knees, curl your tail under and roll all the way up to the top. Let's take a breath all the way up, lift, creating length, and then either a flat back hinge or a rounding forward. You pick the one that feels the most supportive for you today. Once we get down, we're gonna bend, we're gonna stretch, we're gonna do it again, bend and stretch, and then we're gonna bend our knees and roll all the way up to the top. Last time here, big stretch. How tall can you get? How long can you get? Fold in the hips or round over. Coming down, we bend, we stretch. One more time here, bend and stretch. Now from here, we're gonna bend and we're all gonna come on down to our hands and knees. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Let's round the back. Lift up everything you can in the front body. And then extend. Draw your shoulder blades together and down your back. Lengthen your abdomen. Look up. Let's do that a couple more times. Big breath in. And reach and opposite stretch. Good. And one more time here. And extend all the way. Good. Now we're gonna take a long flat back, so you're neither rounded nor extended. We're right in the center. I want you to think of just imagining that you could lift your abdomen up a little bit. Just see if you can pull it up towards your back so you feel like you almost put on like a tighter shirt. Everything kind of feels cinched into the center in a supportive way. We're gonna tuck your toes, and just like we do on the rebounder, you have two options. You can either just make your knees a little lighter, that's pushing into your hands, pushing into your toes and unweighting your knees, or you can hover it up here just a couple inches. So join me here, we'll stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down and just take a little extension here. Take a deep breath in. Come back to the center. Find that connection, front, back, and sides. Your torso works as a team. We're gonna push into the mat, either make your knees light or lift them to hover. Not so high, hover off the ground. Stay with me, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, lowering all the way down. Let's untuck our toes, and from here we're gonna circle the arm up and just make a big open chest circle. We'll do that 4 times. Reaching up and over. If it's too much on your knees, you can always do this in a seated position. So one thing I want you to start taking ownership of is using the seat when you need it. Let's reverse the circles, sweep it back. And this is shoulder, but we're also getting a little rotation into our spine here. Big old movement. 2 more. I also like to think of it as like brushing the energy out. Whatever doesn't need to be here gets out of here. Let's put the hand back down on the mat and go the other way. So reach up and around. Good. One thing about my teaching in this and other formats is that I come from a place where I trust you. Now I know you might not know all the technical terms. Let's reverse. And I know you need help at times with the encouragement and the cueing, but you spend the most time with your body and you know it best. So I trust you to make good choices, yeah? Last one. All right. So if you're still down here with me, bring your knees a little closer together. Last little hip extension. We're gonna lift the knee up and then touch it down and lift it up and touch it down. Good. And lift it up. Now see if you can keep the rest of your body pretty still. Something I like to think about is as I'm doing the single leg work, it's almost like you're on a raft in the water and you're thinking to yourself, okay, how can I move my leg without making any ripples, without disturbing the peace of the water? Let's go for 4 and touch. Start to bring that breath in. As you exhale, you can kind of remind the team of your torso to do its work. Last one. Good. Let's switch sides. Here we go. Press it up. Think of that sole of your foot standing on the ceiling. And just do a little inventory. Check in with your neck. Is it free? Can you breathe? Is your chest wide? Is your heart available to move? One of the things I'm working on in my personal work is heart agility. I made it up, I think, but I'll be talking about it a little bit more. Let's go for 4. So it's just the ability to move through emotional states with a little more ease without them totally taking me down. Yeah. Last one. Good. All right. If possible, tuck your toes under. Press up to a nice long stretch. We're just going to pedal those feet out. Good. And then walk your hands into your feet. Take your time and roll yourself all the way up. Just looking at our music. It looks okay. I think y'all can hear me well. All right. I can hear it well. It's all good. Okay. Come to your mat. We're just going to tap back and center. Back and center. Good. Back and center. That's it. Back and center. So just tap behind yourself. Widen your chest. We're gonna start to raise our heart rate a little, and then we're getting into our first circuit. So far, so good, right? We've got this. Good. Stay with this tempo, or take it a little bit up tempo. We go. Tap, tap. Yeah, it's a challenge. Good. Just switching sides, open, close. You can add a little clap in there if it feels good. Push, pull, push, pull. Good. Give me 4. Give me 3. And 2. And 1. Come together with your feet. We're gonna tap out and pull it in. And tap out. These are our jumping jacks. If you wanna do a jumping jack, be my guest and come in. I'm still rehabbing my little foot injury, so these half jacks are gonna make it perfect. And again, you know, the only people who are gonna judge you for the choice you make in your exercise are either your inner critic or somebody who's not looking out for your best interests, somebody who's pushing you towards limits that might not have anything to do with you. So you gotta choose what's right for you, because we're in it for the long game, for the 100-year-old decathlon, right? Let's take it a little faster. Out and in. So back to that article. When we think about our 100-year-old, the 10 movements or exercises that you want to be able to do, what does that look like? For me, it's simple. Get out of bed. Get down and up off the toilet. Get down and up off the floor. Walk whatever animal happens to be in my life at that time. Good. Let's take these a little faster. Out, 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 out. We're here. Reach up on a shelf, yeah? Dance at a party, maybe. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Shake it out. We have our first round. Why do I always forget my water? It's all good. Our first round is going to be a hip hinge. We're going to do a good morning. So I'm using the circle today. I'm going to use a heavier circle. If you've got a circle, 10, 15 should suffice. If you've got a dumbbell, you're going to hold it across your chest or close to your chest. And I would say 5 is great. If you have an 8 or a 10, because we're working our leg muscles, it might be a little bit better, our leg and our back. And our goal is going to be to fold forward without rounding out our back, chest open, and then press your back as if you're pushing against resistance. So we've got the fold forward and we've got the lift up. From there, our second exercise is going to be a miniature squat with either a heel lift and a twist or a knee lift and a twist, whatever is most appropriate for you. So we'll be going down, lift the heel, down, lift the heel, or down, lift the knee, down, lift the knee, okay? And then our last exercise for our legs is going to be a squat. So we'll just be holding it, coming down and up. Ooh, those legs are sore, so that's going to be a good one for me. And then finally, we'll do one for the arms, bicep curls. I'm going to try with the big circle and see where it gets me. We'll see what happens, all right? So let's get ready to start. You have your weight at your chest. We're gonna take about 45 seconds per each, making sure okay, good, we're good. I've figured out some of the technology. All right, let's get ready for our good mornings. We fold at the hips, we press the back up. Think of that torso team. You want weight in your heels, but we're trying not to lean too far back, so it's not so much of a hamstring stretch. We're pushing through our feet to come back up. That's it. Breathing in. Excellent. Keep your breath going. Folding at the hips. Experiencing that stretch, but also thinking about your ability to stand up tall. That's right. Good. We should all be able to do some level of this exercise. Yeah. Good. Last one. All right, and I forgot to show you the chair version, so I'm gonna bring this out so I don't forget it. In the event that you need to, you can always hinge forward and come back up. Perfectly fine. As we go into our twists, you might choose to do it without weight, or you might choose to just do a march with the chair, holding on, nice and easy. If you're gonna join us, we're here for a minute. In 3, 2, 1. We have a little bend, and we twist. Good, and we're just alternating side to side. Excellent. Good work, everybody. And just find that cadence, that pattern that works for you. We're still getting warm in our joints, right? So if you go a little slower than me, that's okay. If you choose not to use your weights, that's okay. Good. Nice job. Just under 30 seconds. It's so interesting. I can't ever read the timer when we're rebounding because I'm moving too much. But now I can actually see the numbers. Not bad. Good. Last 10. Good job, everybody. You got it, you got it. Last one. Twist and come center. Awesome. Take a rest for those arms. Some of you might want to do your squat to your seat. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just sitting to touch and coming back up. What I would avoid is like dropping all your weight into the chair. It's just gonna take you double the amount of exercise to get back up out of it. So let's put our 45 seconds on the clock. How we doing, how we doing? Good. Ready? Get ready for your squat. Lifting your weight up to your chest height. And whoops, here we go. Taking it down, coming back up. This feels nice for me, especially since I'm a little sore today, just to have a little marker of how low to go. I might go a little lower on the next go round, but we'll see what happens, right? Good. If this pace is working for you, stay with it. If you want to do more, do more. All good. That's it. Down and lift. Nice work. You got it. Strong finish all the way till that 0-0. Excellent. This is not about pushing our boundaries more than we can handle. Last one. Good. And release all the way down. All right, if you have your dumbbell, you can hold it horizontally on both sides. You can use your circle, or you can use 2 light dumbbells. We're gonna go one more round for 45 seconds with bicep curls, seated or standing, whatever works for you. Let's get ready in position. We start in 3, 2, and 1. We're curling up and then lowering down. Want to feel the chest open. That torso team is still at it. Still going strong. Good work. I'm always just trying to see, like, how can I feel the area of the body that I intend to work actually work? Yeah, good. Nice, strong breathing. Big inhalation, big exhalation. It's always when I'm starting to sweat and I look over and see the dog out cold. It's like, good, last one. Relax. All right, let's put the weight down for a moment. If you've got your water, go ahead and grab your water. Mine's right here. My big water. I gotta make it to, I'm already at 1 p.m., so that's pretty good. I was thirsty this morning. This is an awesome, like it goes 7, 9, 11, 1 p.m. Keep chugging, and it does keep me on track because, you know, I'm one of those wellness people, but if I could drink coffee all day long, I would. True story. All right, friends, we have another round. So again, if you're gonna do your good mornings, you might do them here with your weight here. You can do your twists. You could march and twist. Yep. And you could also do your squats here and your bicep curls here. So choose the chair as necessary. I'm gonna go ahead and put mine back this time. Again, we start with 45 seconds on the clock with our good mornings in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So on the second go round, if you're using more weight or less weight, just want to think about how can I move into and out of this range of motion with strength, with confidence, with a level of, I want to say assertiveness, like I got this. You know, sometimes you move into an extreme range of motion, you're like, I don't know if I have this. And you got to do it a couple times to see if you've got this. It's like an incubation period for the exercise, right? That's what I think. Good. Sometimes for me, it's slowing down. Stopping, not moving like the Energizer Bunny. Good. And last one. All right, awesome. Next up, do you remember? You're either seated, doing your march twist, lifting your heel only as you twist, or lifting your knee all the way up. We're gonna go for 60 on the clock. Ready, set, and go. And just get into your rhythm. I'm never not reminded of like life's processes through all the plants in my space. Like there's one over to my right here, that little monstera, that was a leaf that was about the size of the center of my hand. And I brought it back from my mom's house. And I decided that I was gonna try to make one happen. And it's battled all the things, all the pests, all the spider mites, all the wintry. And it came out with one leaf and I was like, oh, I'm so proud of it. You're doing great. And then today, boom, another leaf. So everything just lined up. Everything is just right for it now. And we had to find the right place, the right support for it. Last one. Ooh, that felt longer. Good. All right, big breath. Good to see you, everybody. Joy, are you here? Maybe, maybe. Let's get into our next exercise, which is our squat. All right, for this one, just because I've been working with a little heavier weight, I'm gonna up my weight to a 20 pound, which is not a Bala. I have one someplace, the beam, but we're gonna do this today. All right, 45 seconds in our squat. We go in, there we go. Ready, set, go down, all the way up. See, training in resistance, it doesn't have to make you feel like you're at the end of your life. I used to work in a gym when I first started out. And, it was like a badge of honor if you threw up during your workout. It's just not necessary for like life. Maybe for some athletes, maybe for some competitive athletes. Just not for getting up and making it through the day in the year 2023. We don't need to work so hard that we lose our lunch, yeah? We need to feel stronger, but not suffer in the process. Last one. All right, I'm gonna keep this here. We're gonna go into our bicep curls. Are you ready? We go in 3, 2, 1. Curl it up, lower it down. Yeah, just a little leveling up of the weight sometimes is all you need to find your edge. And at this stage of the game, personally, I'm just working on finding the place where there's a little struggle, where I get a little bit, like a little questioning of like, oh, can I do this whole set with this? Can I do the whole thing? Sometimes it's about like working to failure, like I can't do anymore. But right now, this maintenance strength program for me is about just like show me the edge of what I've got going on. Last one. Good. All right, you did it. Awesome. 2 sets down. We're gonna go into, I see my beam. We're gonna go into the second round, so grab a quick drink. This is another Bala deal, ouch. We're gonna do some upright rows here. So we get a little bit more of a like cardio section. So you can use a circle, you can use a weight, whatever you need. On the first one, you can absolutely do it without a weight. We're gonna just tap back and row and then come together. Tap back, upright row. Is that right? That's not right, sorry. Tap back and reach. I wondered why that was. So we're pressing forward and coming back, pressing forward and coming back, reaching out. So it's gonna be for your shoulders. So you're not gonna want a super heavy weight. The second one, we're gonna do some upright rows. Okay, the third one, we're gonna do some bent over rows on an angle. And then the last one, we're gonna finish with a little cardio with our half jacks, the same thing we were doing at the beginning, okay? So our tap back and reach, we're gonna go for a minute to start. So choose a weight that you can push out in front of you and pull back into you. We're getting ready to go. 1 full minute in 3, 2, 1. Press, pull, press, pull, press. Now I chose my 10-pound circle for this, for hopefully obvious reasons. Grace, self-compassion, all of it. And the fact that we're here for a minute. So I wanna make sure that I'm gonna be strong. I'm not gonna be pushing from other places in my body. How's that torso team? Front, back, side, yeah. Best friend for your spine, for your ability to sit and stand, all of it. Ooh, my goodness. Here we go, right? Gather up that courage. It's a long set. If you need to rest, keep your arms here. Keep going back with your legs, just to tap back. That's it. I needed that little rest. We're almost there, we're almost there. Yes! Good, tap it. And last 2, go 1 more. That's it. All right, I'm gonna put this one down. We're gonna go into our upright rows. I'm gonna go ahead and take this circle. I feel good about this circle. 45 seconds. Gather your weight. We go in 3, 2, 1. We're zipping up a coat to our sternum, reaching it back down. Zip it up. Let's go at this tempo, because often when we work our shoulders, if we're tired, which maybe you are after that last one, we can kind of start outsourcing to our neck or to our back. We want to stay strong in our center and just imagine the clicking of those zipper teeth. Are they teeth? I think they're teeth. Just, and then slowly down. It's that satisfying moment of a smooth zip, you know? You know what happens when the zipper isn't smooth. It's a whole like 15-minute intervention. You gotta untangle it, gotta figure out how to get it back to the beginning. Good, let's do 1 more. And good, all right. A heavier set of weights, the same one maybe you use for your shoulders. We've done the front of the shoulder, then a little bit of the side of the shoulder. Now we're gonna get into the back of the shoulder, okay? So from here, we're using our back muscles. I want you to imagine you have big kind of like eagle wings. Every time you pull that weight up into you, you're gonna squeeze those wings towards the center of your back. okay? Let's go for 60. We're gonna take it a little bit slower on this one. We're down, we're gonna pull and reach and squeeze. I want you to take that moment to find the activity on your back. We want to feel that little squeeze. Nice, heavy feet to the mat. Strong supportive spine, strong supportive back muscles. Using that breath to reconnect. Breathe in to expand, breathe out to reconnect. And it's up to you where you want to set that breath. Sometimes breathing in helps me widen my back a little, find more support. Sometimes breathing out on the way up is the way to go. We're almost there, under 10 seconds. Good. Yes. Pull it up. Let's go one more time. Excellent. Stand nice and tall. Pull that zipper up the front. Feel the connection and the support. We go down for 45 seconds of half jacks. In 3, in 2, in 1. We go out, out, out. You want to do regular jumping jacks? Go for it. It is your choice. I got a little overzealous with my jumping off the rebounder. Ended up with a little plantar fasciitis. True story, unfortunate story. I'm working with it. It's there, but we're not gonna exacerbate it with a bunch of jumping jacks. We're gonna half jack it out. We're gonna stretch that chest. We're gonna feel good about life. You know, as an entrepreneur, you wrestle with those feelings of self-doubt every single day. It's a full-time job in addition to running your company. So we just choose sometimes the path of least critique. And that's what helps us get through it. If anybody's out there running their own thing, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest. Get yourself a drink. If you're out there running your own thing, you know what I'm talking about. I had this little slump this week, and I said to my husband, we've been doing this for 25 years. I'll get over it in about 36 hours. He said, all right, I'll be waiting. It's just like, there's always something, you know? There's always something. All right, second round, last round, then we just have some core work to do and we're gonna be great. We're gonna be so great. So I'm gonna choose that smaller circle for my tap backs. Anybody who has a Bala, like the full set of the circles, you might go with an 8-pounder. Sometimes that's a good choice. This is the 10. I just didn't plan well for a lighter weight, so I'm gonna get those shoulders on my back. We're going for a minute. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Back, in, back. So I'm going in with some vision, some focus. I'm going in to finish strong. One thing about these weights is that you can kind of adjust your hold on them, and it can make it a little easier on your wrists. That's kind of why I like them. Also, I just, you know, they're pretty. Not gonna lie. I like a lot of different kinds of plants. I like a lot of different kinds of toys. We were watching a commercial for that Get in Shape Girl gear, which for problematic reasons I was obsessed with when I was younger. Still working on those. But now I just have a studio full of Pilates equipment and fun toys, so not much has changed. Good. 3. Let's go. One more each side, one more each side. Finish strong. Woo! Last one. Good. Rest it down. All right, choose what you're gonna do. I'm gonna actually get the big guy over here. Why not? You're just laughing. Like, how many of these things does she have? Too many. All right, it's a yellow one. We're gonna do our upright rows. We have 45 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Zip it up, oh, and bring it down. It's gonna be a different exercise. And lower, and lift. If you're using single dumbbells, it's the same action. What I'm thinking of is just kind of keeping my chest wide reaching my elbows side to side. If you have a bar or beam, often I start to pull apart at the top. Like I'm trying to stretch out this center little arc. Yes, good. It's all about lifting those shoulders without shortening our neck. Almost there. Good. Suddenly happy we're only doing 2 sets. Good. Last one. And release. Okay. We've got our minute for our upright rows. Give you a chance to change your weights. Again, pulling. You can also sit during this one. And I want to know if a full seated class for lifting would be meaningful for you. I'll add it into the mix. I've got all the classes booked out, but I'll add it into the mix. We are going to do a seated cardio class really soon though. All right, are you ready? I'm stalling. 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift. We're going to lower. Up and down. Good. Up. And I'm pulling this right to the base of my rib cage. Trying to pull my elbows a little closer together on my back. Hugging the spine and reaching. This is picking up grocery bags. Yeah. It's interesting when you actually start to think about all these quote unquote functional patterns. Pulling, pushing, lifting, lowering. And you realize that they actually do come into play in real life a lot. Good. That rotation. Just putting on your seatbelt, parallel parking if you're living in the area where you have to. I'm an excellent parallel parker, by the way. It's one of my big flexes. Good, and last one. Pull it up. Yes. Okay. The good news is that is the end of our second circuit. 2 sets, 2 sets. The bad news is my arms are like noodles. Let's do our jacks. 1 minute. Here we go. Out, out. Excuse me. Ooh. I finally upped my allergy medication. So I'm breathing and wired. That's what happens at this time of year for me. Love the plants, hate the pollen. Good. All right, keep tapping it out. Breathing in, breathing out, revisiting your team. That's it. Over halfway done. Stay with it, keep moving. After this, we go down to the chair or to the mat. I'm going to do both of them in the chair to kind of show you. We'll do a set of each. Good. Last 2. Last one. Shake it out. All right. Grab your last drink. I'm giving you some hearts. Yay. Okay. So, in our last 2 exercises, you have the choice of either using a weight or not using a weight, and it's completely up to you. If you have any level of back issue that you're working with, where your back's feeling like, all right, I really worked it today, maybe just work the range of motion of your weights today. What we're gonna do for the first exercise is we're gonna sit perched at the edge of our chair here. We're gonna bring the weight in close, whether it's a dumbbell or a circle. Here. Where we're going is to a place called quiver town. That is where you connect in front of the chair, hinge back, and you feel that little shake in your abdominal wall, okay? It takes everybody a different distance to get there, but you'll know it when you're there, okay? And then we're going to add on no time. Back, quiver. Just touching.
The way it's meant to be, all the emotion spinning in my head, feels like an ocean. Baby, there ain't nobody like you. No, it's true. Could do the things you do just like you. Baby, there ain't nobody
With
like you. Do you feel the same? 'Cause I got high hopes. Do you want the same? 'Cause baby, all I got is high hopes. Do you feel the same? Do you want me, babe? Or is it just a game? 'Cause I got high hopes.
voice. Do you mean my coughing or my microphone? I'll check in. Test. Uh-oh. No, I think I still got it. I still got it. All right. Woo. Okay, I think I'm back. All right, second exercise. I may have been touching the microphone too with my weight. I'll be careful on that in the next one. So we're gonna hinge back. We're gonna rotate slightly to one side, staying tall. We come back to the center, and then we rotate slightly to the other side, and come back to the center, and come all the way back up to the top. Now I'm paranoid. Good? Okay, I think we're good. So we're gonna hinge back. We're gonna rotate one direction, come to center, go to the other direction, come to center, and come up tall. All right, press down through your heels and your hips, rotate in one direction, come back to center, rotate in the other direction, come back to center, and come up onto your hips. Backward, and twist, and center, and twist, and center, and come up. You're good, okay. I think my weight was on it. I'm sorry, y'all. I get so into it. But I was like hugging it for dear life. Let's twist. And all the way up. It's the performance quality. Like, this is hard for me too. Let's come back. Let's turn. I'm all like trying to be nice and light for all of you. And meanwhile, I'm doing a death grip on the weight. Last two, reach it back. True story. Oh, you know what's also good for your core? Laughing. More of that, please. All these people doing like angry core work on the internet. Nah, it's the laughter for me. Good. Good. And come all the way up. Want to hear my favorite joke? Why did the chicken cross the road? You say, because! Every damn time. All right, my friends. Choose the chair if you need the chair. Our second round is going down to the mat, okay? So we'll do some hinges and we'll do some twists, and I will not shut the microphone off, okay? So we're gonna have our heels here. We're just gonna lean back and we're gonna come forward. Feel free to use that joke. It's a crowd pleaser. All the way up. Good, reach. Lift. Reach. And lift. I'm gonna go a little slower. I got a little excited. And lift up. You know, we do the deep thoughts in here, but really, like, we're in a 9-year-old's brain, I think. A 46-year-old body and a 9-year-old's brain. It's a good combo. Good. Good. Reach it back. If you're in your chair, just keep doing the ones in your chair. No worries. Good. I want to encourage you. I'm celebrating your choices. Yeah? Awesome. Let's go 3 and 2. Good. And last one, all the way up. Relax. Okay, so on the second set, we're gonna stay in that flat back. I know a lot of you know your Russian twists down here. We're working the back a little more today, okay? So take breaks if you need to. We're gonna go back, twist, twist, and come back up. Sit tall, lean back, chest up, reach back, turn to the front, turn to the back, Find center, lift up. Try not to let your back bend. Reach. It might not go as far back as you think it should. Good. Don't judge it. Hinges are hard. This is a back hinge. And guess what? Can you feel those hips? Double doozy. Good. Reach it back. Woo. Excellent. Twist. Center. Let's go one more. Go back. Twist. Twist. Come center. All the way up. Let's take it down to the mat. Oh, stretch those hips out. Real deal. All right. If you still have your weight, we're going to use it. If you don't or don't want it, fists, arms to the ceiling, create a little tension in your shoulders, or you can hold your weight here. We want to feel that the sacrum, your lower triangle bone on your pelvis, right between your cheeks, okay, is heavy. So think of like, it's like an anvil dropping to the mat. Same quality for your rib cage. So those are your two anchor points. And then you're just gonna lift one leg up, lower it down, lift the other leg up. So we're calling this crunchless abs. I know a couple of you were concerned about the abdominal work in mat because of your belly. And guess what? We don't always have to crunch to get an ab workout. That is the great news. And in fact, the ab workouts with crunching, it's strengthening your ability to crunch. But when we work on a little more stability in this way, it's strengthening your ability to stand tall and support your spine and your other joints as well. Good. All right, if this is working well for you, if you feel pretty good about it, I'm going to encourage you to take your arms back just a little bit. You should still feel strong here. I don't want you to feel like you're going to lose that weight. And then just start to lift one leg and then the other. You should feel a little tension come in to your abdomen, similar to Quiver Town, right? Use that breath to drop your weight down. The more heavy you can get against the mat with your torso, the easier it is going to be in control with the rest of your body. Good. All right, stay with this pace, or you have an option to pick up the pace just switching legs. This is going to be a little more pressure. If you feel it directly into your lower back, then that's not where you want the spotlight, right? So slow it down. We want to put the spotlight on your stabilizer abdominal wall in the front. Maybe a little in your back, but not like laser focused on your lower back. Ooh, my arms just decided to bring, they were like, we're gonna make this easier while you're blabbing, Jenna. Good. We're almost there. Yeah, let's go for 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Really nice work. Bend your elbows in. Let's carefully place your weight off to the side, maybe out of the way. Take your arms out to a T. Ooh, that's a stretch in and of itself for me today. We're gonna take our right leg up to tabletop, our left leg stays bent, and just take a little twist over to the side. See if you can keep your opposite shoulder down, your right shoulder reaching for the ground. And feel those, what are they called? Collarbones, really widening across the mat. We're gonna take a deep breath in. Send your waist back to the mat as you come through. Switch legs. Let's take a twist to the other side. Supporting yourself as you go. Ooh, it's a little tighter on this side. We're gonna be all right. Send your waist back to the mat. Oh, we love a slow beat. All right, if it's possible, let's just take a hip opener. Just give yourself a bridge and then an easy roll down. Just let your spine release all the way down to the mat. When you're ready, take it over to the side. Let's come up to sitting. We're gonna finish in a seated stretch situation. This class is a little bit longer. Why? Because we need a little break in between. And like, I totally understand our time constraints, and I want to please in a big way. But I also know, like, sometimes just rushing through it. Gets you the sweat, but it doesn't get you the strength. So we're gonna do a little of both. So take your right leg forward, pull, or sorry, your left if you're mirroring me. Pull your toes back, sit nice and tall, hinge forward into the stretch. So I've got a flat back here, like so, and I'm trying to feel the stretch all the way up through my sitting bone. Just again, every time you breathe, it's like you're lifting your heart up, creating a little space. Our midsection just holds this opportunity to just kind of like lift ourselves up a bit. It doesn't matter what you're containing there. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just come on up to center. It's a matter of trying to give yourself a little decompression by just trying to get longer through the reaching energy. Seat down, head up, okay? We're gonna take this ankle up on your knee if possible, hands on your chair, hinge forward. Yeah. Groaning. Good. Still elongating. So often we just come into the stretch like this. And then we wanna, if you lengthen up, you might not be as far forward as you think you should, but like, let's stop competing. Let's just find it for ourselves. It's so much more satisfying that way. Good, come up to center. Bring your knee across as best you can. See if you can kind of hold on to it and then take a twist. If the knee isn't working, put your foot on the ground and take a twist like this. Actually, that feels just fine. Good, coming back to center. Let's take the other foot forward and just hinge. If you're awful flexible here, awesomely flexible, you can absolutely lean forward more. I'm gonna go to where you feel the stretch. Good, come on up to center. And it's true, you don't always need like a full flexibility session, right? You don't always need like a full resistance class followed by a full yoga class followed by a full foam rolling, full cardio. Like it's a lot. But sometimes taking the time to just close and complete the assignment with a little like reconnection or loosening, sometimes that does more for you mentally than anything else. It helps you transition. And that's a big thing for me. I'm gonna take my foot down as we twist. It's a big thing for me. The transition time is key. Often we're running so quickly from one task to the next that we forget how to transition. And what happens in those situations is we just bring the baggage from the last situation into the next one. It's not always a great, nice thing to do. Good, come on in. We're gonna take our legs pretty wide. Last hinge forward, just press your knees back, open your inner thighs. Good, keep your right elbow on your leg and then just reach up with your left hand. Think of opening up this lung, maybe taking a big breath in. Reaching to wherever it feels good to reach. Bringing it all the way back. And then the other side. Good. This is a great time to focus in on how did your focus go today? Maybe you'd let it go after a couple minutes. That's all right. It's okay. Good. Come on back in. Let's roll up. We're going to finish standing like we always do. Arms out to the side. We stand in 3, 2, 1. Lift it up nice and tall. Pull up through your center. Release all the way down. Awesome, amazing, excellent job, everybody. I am proud of us today. Sorry for the microphone. We'll get it back soon, I hope. And then our final assignment, as you know, is our little, why did the moves matter to you today? I need to make it longer. I want to make it longer to stay on there for a minute. Take a second. Tracy, I love that you are following up with me and letting me know. at the end of every class. It's really, really nice to see that. And if you're new here, it's just a question: why did the movement that you did today matter to your life on this day? Not the whole life, not the existential crisis, just today. Take a minute to account for it. What we're doing is we're planting behavioral seeds so that you are more inspired and motivated to move more often, even when the hand dryer is going off all the time. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on Monday. Check the schedule for all live things. Check the notes of the episode or the class for links to Jay-Z Studio, how to support my channel. My Venmo link is there. There's a support link on my website. There's programs on my website. My Amazon store is there. And you can also find links to the Bala accessories as well. Okay, have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Monday.